evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, Manchester sees a new employer break ground. Governor Bill Lee wants teachers, students, and parents to sign up with a new school safety app, and International Overdose Awareness Day was observed this week in Tennessee. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back. On Tuesday, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee sent out a press release regarding school safety. The release read, quote, "Dear friends, with students back in the classroom this month, I want to share an update on our work to further strengthen school safety. At the beginning of the summer, I signed an executive order to evaluate school safety measures, engage parents, and direct state agencies to strengthen partnerships with school districts and local law enforcement. We've made great progress, and additional resources will be made available in the coming months. Nothing is more important than the safety of our children, and I thank Tennesseans for doing their part as we continue our coordinated effort to protect students and teachers across the state," end quote. The press release also included this video message from Governor Lee.
Governor Bill Lee here, and with students back in the classroom this month, I want to speak directly to Tennesseans and share an update on school safety. In May, I signed an executive order to evaluate school security measures and direct the state to collaborate with local law enforcement and with school districts. We also encouraged Tennessee parents to engage in this important issue. Now, our state had already built a firm foundation for school safety. Since 2019, we have doubled the annual school safety funding. We have established a school resource officer grant program and put in more than 200 new SROs in Tennessee's public schools. And we've made historic investments in mental health for young people. In Tennessee, we've prioritized a practical approach to school safety. But I'm the father of 4 and the grandfather of 9, and I think we should never settle and never stop when it comes to the safety of our children. First, I want to commend Tennessee parents. We invited you to download the free SafeTN app to confidentially report safety concerns at your child's school, and you have done just that. To date, more than 10,000 Tennesseans are using this resource, with a record almost 2,000 downloads this month. If you haven't already, please take a moment to download that SafeTN app on your phone or your tablet. Throughout the summer, state and local law enforcement has collaborated to provide proven, hands-on, active shooter training courses in each of our 3 Grand Divisions. We've also provided training to more than 600 school resource officers. Our Tennessee Highway Patrol troopers have been building stronger relationships with school leadership in their area. And they're also doing more frequent, unannounced checks to see that school doors latch and precautions are in place. Tennessee school leaders have done incredible work to prepare for this fall. 98% of our schools to date have completed physical safety inspections. More than 1,800 schools have already submitted school safety assessments. Over 100 school districts have participated in school safety training. That's more than 2/3 of our school districts. Additionally, the Tennessee Department of Education has asked to use the remaining federal relief funds that we have for school safety. While we are awaiting a response from the federal government, but we are hopeful that these additional dollars can be used to protect our students and our teachers. We know that strong mental health resources are key to school safety, and that's why we funded a school-based behavioral health liaison in each of our 95 counties. We also have mobile crisis providers across the state, and they can be reached by simply dialing 988 on your phone. Here's what else you can expect to see in the coming months. This fall, Tennessee parents will have access to a new school safety resource and engagement guide. And we'll continue boosting law enforcement, recruitment, and training. And the state will issue updated building security standards and a new school safety plan template for local school districts. We have made great progress, but our work to protect students and teachers won't stop here. I want to thank every law enforcement officer, every school leader, every parent who is doing their part. We've asked a lot of you, but the hard work is worth it. Nothing is more important than the safety of our Tennessee children.
Dot Foods, North America's largest food industry distributor, broke ground last Thursday on the company's 13th U.S. distribution center, which will be located in Manchester. Dot's new distribution center, located at 600 Manchester Industrial Parkway, will create more than 250 jobs in the first 3 years of operations. Dick Tracy, Dot Foods president, said, quote, "When we are looking at where to locate a new facility, the available talent is among our top considerations. We are excited about the workforce in Coffee County and the surrounding region and believe we have a lot to offer as an employer. We talk about family a lot at Dot. We are a family-owned and operated company. Breaking ground on our new Manchester distribution center means our Dot Food and Dot Transportation family is growing, and that's always reason to celebrate," end quote. Dot will invest $50.5 million in the 177,000 square foot Manchester facility, which will include offices with dry, refrigerated, and frozen warehouse spaces, along with an on-site garage. It will also be the first location to open with an on-site health care clinic for anyone covered on Dot's medical plan. Hiring for the majority of roles will begin in the spring. Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development Commissioner Stuart McWhorter said, quote, "Centrally located within the U.S. and equipped with a solid infrastructure system, Tennessee is primed to help companies meet and exceed their distribution needs. We are proud to be the home of Dot Foods and look forward to seeing this company's continued growth and success as it expands into Manchester," end quote. Longtime employee Anthony Soto will lead the Manchester facility. Soto came to Dot in 2008 as a warehouse specialist at the Burley, Idaho distribution center before advancing to manage the warehouse and eventually assumed the general manager role at Dot Foods Idaho. He has also helmed Dot's Arizona distribution center. Soto, an Air Force veteran, and his wife Haley are looking forward to making their next home in Manchester. Dot Transportation Inc., the company's transportation affiliate, has already begun hiring truck drivers in the region. Dot has a variety of driving careers available, and unlike some carriers, pay drivers for every part of their job. Drivers earn an average of $96,000 annually. As part of Thursday's groundbreaking, Dot announced a $50,000 donation to Tennessee College of Applied Technology in McMinnville, which serves Coffee County, to provide truck driver training in the region. Half of the money is designated for scholarships, and the other half will be used on equipment for the training program. Student drivers hired by Dot to attend the TCAT training school will earn a salary during training and attend school for free. The Manchester groundbreaking also marked the kickoff of Dott's charitable giving program at its newest location. Tracy announced $120,000 in donations to 10 area schools and nonprofit organizations. Those recipients include Manchester City Schools, $20,000, Coffee County Schools, $20,000, Tullahoma City Schools, $20,000, Coffee County Children's and Advocacy Center, $10,000, Coffee County Child Care Center, $10,000, Blue Monarch Women's Treatment Program, $10,000, the local VFW post, $10,000, and 3 food pantries serving Coffee County. Those food pantries are Storehouse Food Pantry, Good Samaritan Food Bank of Manchester, and Good Samaritan Food Bank of Tullahoma. They will split a food donation valued at approximately $20,000. Giving back to their community was a priority for Dott Foods co-founder Robert and Dorothy Tracy from day one, and continues to be a major force for the company and its employees today. Work on the Manchester Distribution Center will begin immediately with a goal of having the facility operational in the fall of 2023. Dott Foods is North America's largest food industry redistributor, serving all 50 states and more than 55 countries with a product offering of 125,000 items. We'll be right back after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. The state champion Tullahoma Wildcat football team have this Friday off, but that doesn't mean they're sitting around playing video games. We spoke with head coach Coy Sisk about what happens during the bye week.
The only teams in our region who haven't lost are Lawrence County and Marshall County. Every other team in our region has lost 1 or 2 ball games. A lot of them have lost 2.
Yeah.
We've lost 1, and I forget who else it is has lost only 1. The rest of them, 5 of them have lost 2 games.
Yeah. Well, you know, that 9-team region is a competitive group, and, you know, the number 1 out of that being Pearl-Cohn. Pearl-Cohn's lost the last 2, but let's don't joke. I mean, hey, they've been against good opponents, and Pearl-Cohn will be a good opponent. Right now, Marshall County, who we have after the off week, is coming up. So our schedule right now is kind of like this. We'll go in as coaches tomorrow morning and go ahead and start watching what we've got on Marshall, and we'll go back and do some research on what they've done in the past. Then we'll come in Monday. Hey, we've got JV and freshmen playing Monday, and they'll be against Coffee at home. All right, JV will play at 5, and the freshmen will come in at 6. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be regular days for us. So that's things that we get to do to get better at what we need to get better at. Some of the things that we went over today, John, as far as like, hey, our eyes, getting our eyes in the right spot, and being able to, to get our feet moving, get our hands where they belong. Then we'll correct us and kind of start working on Marshall a little bit this week, and more than likely give the guys off Friday. Hey, let them go watch a football game. Let them go spend some time with their families, like we all need to during this time of year.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Doesn't happen very often.
And then we'll come back to next week and be right back into game prep and getting ready to travel to Marshall County. And I don't know if you've ever been over to Lewisburg, but it's a pretty hostile environment. Hey, everything's really close over there, so the visitor stands really close to the sideline. And that's also a baseball field. Do you realize that? It's one of the few in the state that still, they still have it like that, where they transform the baseball outfield into a football field. So that's our next 2 weeks coming up. And what we're going to work on, John, is getting better. And that's what we're preaching to our guys right now. Hey, not only every practice, hey, but every rep. All right, trying to get better. And, hey, bring a win back to Tullahoma.
There you go. More news is coming up in a moment.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Times are very challenging right now, and stress levels are high.
Reports indicate overdoses on the rise in communities across the state of Tennessee.
Those experiencing addiction and their loved ones may be struggling to navigate through all the change.
We want you to know that deaths from overdose are preventable.
And help is available.
Anytime.
Day or night.
How do I know?
How do I know?
I am a face of recovery in Tennessee.
Welcome back. Across the state on Wednesday, events were held to commemorate International Overdose Awareness Day in Tennessee. State data showed in 2020 more than 3,000 Tennesseans died of drug overdoses, a 45% jump in deaths from 2019, and the largest yearly increase on record. Edmund Strickling, a police officer and member of the Police Activities League in Nashville, said there's an abundance of misinformation on fentanyl. He explained overdoses occur when the powder enters the bloodstream, which can happen inadvertently through a cut or a wound or by touching the eyes, nose, or mouth after handling a substance laced with fentanyl. The Tennessee Department of Health said fentanyl is responsible for the uptick in overdose deaths. Free training on how to prevent opioid overdoses with naloxone is available online. According to recent data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the U.S. shattered records for overdose deaths nationwide in 2021, with more than 100,000 lives lost. 80% of those deaths were attributed to opioids. If you or someone you love has a problem with drug abuse, you can contact the Tennessee Red Line, which is the 24/7, 365 resource for substance abuse treatment referrals. Anyone can call or text at 800-889-9789 for confidential referrals. At the recently held South Jackson Goes Country fundraiser for the preservation of the Civic Center, singer-songwriter Randy Fincham performed a song he co-wrote called Tennessee Music Pathways. Randy started with the history of how the song was written.
This song we're going to play here, back last fall we had a songwriting workshop down the hall, down in London Hall down there, and big discussion in Tullahoma at the time was maybe putting up a Tennessee Music Pathway sign for Mr. Dustin Lynch. Y'all heard of that guy, right? Man, he's a little bit better looking than me, I'm sure. But that was big on and so we got into the Tennessee Music Pathways. And if y'all ride around this great state of ours, I truly believe that Tennessee is God's farmland for great singers and songwriters and musicians, as y'all witnessed today. Google Tennessee Music Pathways, you'll see what all is around the state, where Tina Turner was born, Isaac Hayes was born, Dolly, Elvis, all that. So we gave an ode to the state of Tennessee, me and Jim and about 10 other songwriters, many who are backstage right now. And we're going to send this out to y'all, the great folks at Tullahoma, and a great state of Tennessee. It's called Tennessee Music Pathways. Just chase those butterflies down Route 441. Your statue in Sevierville on the courthouse lawn. She She wore that coat in many colors, like the flower field she roamed, sitting and strumming about her Tennessee mountain home. And in Memphis down on Bill Street, you can hear those Delta blues. Walk through the gates of Graceland about a boy in blue suede shoes. Tina Turner, she's from Nutbush, Isaac Hayes from Covington, and you'd be crazy to miss Camden. That's where Patsy's plane went down. Every note that was played, every song that was sung, every fiddle that got hold, every banjo strum. From the hills to the honky-tonks, right up to that Opry stage, find your song, come sing along on the Tennessee music pathway. Mother Maybell's wildwood flower, hear the echo of her guitar, to Jimmy's yodel up in Bristol, where country music got its start. Loretta Lynn still singing out in Hurricane Mills, and Johnny and June lay side by side in Hendersonville. Every note that was played, every song that was sung, every fiddle that got rolled, every banjo strum. From the hills to the honky-tonks, right up to that Opry stage, find your song, come sing along on the Tennessee music pathway. Every note that was played, every song that was sung, every fiddle that got bowed, every banjo strum. From the hills to the honky-tonks, right up to that Opry stage, find your song, come sing along on the Tennessee music pathway. Find your song, come sing along on the Tennessee music pathway. Ain't it good to be alive and to be in Tullahoma, Tennessee on a Sunday afternoon? Thank y'all very much.
Mr. Randy Finch, Jeff Sargent. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Welcome back. Do you own a vacation home? If you do and you rent it out, the IRS has prepared this video to help you determine if you need to pay taxes on the income you received.
Do you own a vacation home you sometimes rent to others? If so, there are rules on reporting your rental income and expenses. For example, if you rent out your vacation home only for a short time, fewer than 15 days a year, you may not have to report it at all. That means, generally, if you rent out your vacation home for 2 weeks a year or less, your rental income is tax-free and you won't need to show it on your return. Also, if you itemize deductions on Schedule A, you may be able to claim qualified mortgage interest, property taxes you pay, and eligible casualty losses. On the other hand, if you rent your home for 15 days or more during the year, the law is clear. The rental income you receive is always taxable. That means you must report it on your return using Schedule E. Also, the rules for claiming your expenses are more complicated. Different factors come into play, like the number of days you rent your home compared to how long you use it yourself, and that affects how much you can deduct from your taxes, which expenses you can claim, and how you report them. IRS Publication 527 has information on renting vacation homes, including a worksheet and examples. You can find it by going to irs.gov/home rental.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Record high on this day was in 1951 at 102 degrees. The record low was in 1954 at 50 degrees. Average high on this day is 85, and the average low is 64. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of 67. 40% chance of rain expected on Friday with a high of 88 and a low of 69, and some thunderstorms in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 84 and a low of 68. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.